Guys, I thought I was going to end that other stream because right before I came on, it said to rotate device if you want to. Hey, Uber Goober, sweet lady. It said to rotate device to stream horizontally. So I thought if I rotated it before I came on, maybe that would work. But then when I got on, it said to rotate device. So that didn't work. How is everybody? Stephanie, happy Friday to you, doll baby. And Rennie. Oh my gosh, all my favorite people are here. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Regina and Amanda. Oh gosh, Lucy Lou. I love y'all so much. I'm good, Uber. And I'm good, Amanda. A little bit of a craziness going out. You know, I went out to that. Is this okay? Oh, this is okay. I don't even have a what do they call them, a selfie stick to go out further. I went out with my mom and my neighbor Sorella, who I adore, to that little antique shop up the road, which was fun. Oh, thank you, Lucy Lou. Shopping was good. I didn't buy anything, but my mama actually bought me something for Christmas. I love bunnies. Bunnies are one of the things that I collect. And so I found these two like antique bunny bookends. They were very heavy and they looked older, you know. They had like the bunnies stacked on top of the bunnies. And I told her I wanted those, so she got them for me for Christmas. So I didn't buy anything, and then my friend Sorella, my neighbor, she's the one that I go over and watch The Voice, not The Voice. She watches The Voice, but I watch This Is Us with. Y'all, one time I've got to show you pictures of her house or show you her house. She's one of those amazing people that I asked her, I said, what is your style, Sorella? She says eclectic, because everything in her house is just unique. She's obsessed with lamps. Like her dining room table, for example, is a old gurney. Like a gurney that you carried medical patients on, but it was one from maybe like the 50s where it was glass at the top. And I mean, if you were to look at it, you would never know, okay, that was a piece of medical equipment. That's the type of person she is. So, hey Booker, hey Rebecca, hey Patsy. So she's one of those people, and she got a little gift for her sister. One of those, it was sort of like, do y'all know what a gardenia plant vase is? It's one that has like the cross hatches so that you can stick little individual flowers down in it. She got something that looked similar to that, but she was almost going to not get it. And I said, no, get it. It was a good price. Why is she going crazy this time? Who are you talking about, Ranny? Oh, that show was a joke and it's still on, said Vixen. Who are we talking about? TT? Okay, I figured. She took too much Adderall. Y'all, okay, so what I did, what I wanted to talk about, we can talk about whatever you want to, but what I want to talk about was this morning I watched Shawn's video, his latest video, because I don't watch him a lot, but I did hear a couple people saying that he had a newer video out, so I decided to watch it. It took something out of me. I had to be perfectly honest, I had to watch it in 2 different spells because I get so frustrated and irritated. But right before I came on, I did happen to watch a little bit of the Jigger, who I thought was long gone, Come to find out, she's not. She's still very alive and well. Oh, you do, Stephanie? Oh, you're so precious. Stephanie, I know we've kind of beaten this horse to death. I hate that expression, but man, I feel like people are just obsessed with prison and people being in prison. And I swear to you, I think it's made, if you would agree with me, it's made me very strong and very able to cut through bullshit and not to be able to care about things that other people make a big deal about. Do you feel that way, Stephanie? I know many other people have experiences that are similar. It doesn't have to be prison. Please don't let it be prison, but yeah, she's going to say I'm trying to hit on him. Well, I'm not. I'll tell you, I wrote down some notes about what he said because I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was kind of funny, and you all tell me what you think. But just got home from work. Kelly said, "What's happening?" I just got on, honey. I was just gonna talk about the video that I saw recently of Tomahawk Shawn, and they were saying that the jigger was on live, and I did see about 10 minutes of her before I got on here, and I wrote down some notes about her that we may or may not get to. It's just the lies. It's what I kind of vow to. Prison made me strong and independent. They could all use a week or two in prison. Stephanie, you're exactly right. Because you do develop different skills as you go along, but the skills that you get the first 2 weeks that you're in there, yeah, they'll change your life. They will absolutely change your life. So I agree with you, Stephanie. My husband was in prison for 2.5 years, says Courtney, and he says it made him a better person, more mature and more grateful. Oh my gosh, that almost made me cry. For sure. For sure. I remember when I could have my first pot of coffee when I got out. Now, there's a difference between being in maximum and minimum security. That makes a huge difference. They're both bad, but maximum is really bad. And when I could have my first, that's what people ask me, what is it the first thing you want? I said, I want my own pot of coffee. And it just, I guess unless you're there. I imagine people overseas and that kind of thing. Marlo, I would like to talk to you about mailing some ladies in prison, holidays and all coming. Oh. Uber, that's so sweet. You know, just have no idea how lonely it can get. So, thank you, Uber. I will definitely talk to you about that. Thank you for saying that. And see, I didn't want, I mean, I had a few people write to me, but I didn't want anybody to know I was in there. I didn't really, you know, so I didn't want anybody to come see me. So when I was talking to you about that nun, that's why she meant so much to me. For 2 hours, my ex beat me one time, and oh yeah, that's what's so crazy, Vixen. And I saw that a lot of the times, is there would be a domestic fight where the woman would get the shit beat out of her, and they put her in jail. Oh, thank you, Rebecca, I will. They would put her in jail because they kind of had to separate both people, and if there was any sort of question, I guess, who was at fault. I saw a lot of people in jail for that. I'm sorry that happened to you. Really? Stephanie said she was being so ignorant to the viewers, even the ones who aren't being rude to her. Oh, Tori, I'm a gay man and would be so afraid of being raped in there. I don't know how it is in male prison, but usually rape is used as a sign of, dominance. It's not really a sexual act. I mean, just to be perfectly honest, doggone it, my phone's about to die. I'm going to have to plug it in. But there was, and I was in an all-female prison, and it wasn't sex between male officers and female, although that did happen. But I think the thing that people were most surprised at when they first get locked up is how much sex is in female prisons. It's insane. They are like, I mean, people are having sex constantly. It's crazy. Anyway, that's a whole another subject. Let me talk to you a little bit about Shawn. Our boy Shawn, Shawnee boy, who there's been a discrepancy against my friends that I love. Some people say that they aren't sure. Some people still like him. Some people aren't sure. And some people say they like him sometimes and sometimes they don't. Yeah, girl. Yes, Crystal, absolutely. I'm talking about Shawn. So if you want to come on now, that'd be cool. I'm not sure how to do it on here because I'm on a cell phone. I don't even know where the address would be. Yeah, I do too, Rebecca. Crystal, I don't even know. Does anybody know how to, somebody on a cell phone? Would y'all let me know? Because I would love... Oh, sorry, y'all. I turned y'all around. Didn't even know it. So, long-time watcher. I don't comment, but I've been watching this crazy train since left the station. I want to say, Marley, you're epic. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Well, my strength came from before this. That's what I was trying to say. My strength came from a lot of shit I've been through and being in chronic pain for 9 years and having to move on. Not choosing to die, choosing to live each day. So, if somebody can tell me how to get Crystal on, like how to get somebody on a cell phone, let me know. But let me turn this light off because I can see it on in the background. Okay, first off, before I say anything, I know all the craziness that's going on. Believe me, I know what's going on with Shawn and Black Pepper and Diane and all these people. I'm well aware. Jamie, B, Randy, I know what's going on. I'm still a little bit confused, but I'm not totally unaware of it. But number one, I want to agree with what Crystal said today. The only person I have beef with, like legitimate beef with, that I would never want to talk to is the Jigger. Number two, right now, I'm not saying that this is an end-all be-all list, but if there are two people right now that you want to trust on YouTube, that if you are confused about what's going on or who's who, believe me, this is not an end-all be-all list. I'm just saying that these two people you can trust completely to not have an agenda and to be honest, whether that person was their best friend and ended up doing something wrong, they would be honest about it. And that is Crystal Earhart, right here, my girl in the front. Y'all, she's going to tell you the truth no matter what. You can trust her. You can trust her completely. She made up her own mind about the whole Trisha situation. She's just a good girl in general. She's just an honest person. She is somebody that you don't want to fuck with, just like how Trisha introduced her when she shoved that camera in her face way back when. She said, and here's my friend Crystal. You don't want to fuck with her. Yep, she was right. But also, hey, Delisha, she is not somebody to tell a lie. And she's not somebody to sell out her integrity to keep face. She is an honest, true blue girl. The other person I'm going to say that about is Bless. Bless this mess Laura Jane, she's the same way. She's a down-to-earth girl, and, you know, initially talking to maybe both of them or listening to both of them, maybe you might think they don't know, maybe because they don't speak perfect English, which I actually like about them. You know, you might downplay them and maybe think they don't know everything that's going on. They know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what's going on in their own lives and in this situation with the jigger. So if y'all are concerned about who, what, when, where, why, how, go watch either one of their streams. And pretty much both of them say the same thing, is we might have our differences amongst each other in this community, but we all have a common enemy. And unless somebody's done something personally to you, you get to choose who you watch and who you like. And honestly, nobody should care. And if they do, cross them off the list. Because I don't think anybody has done anything bad enough to just cut them off completely. Like I said, we all have a common enemy. And when I say those two people, it doesn't mean that Stephanie Green isn't my hero and Uber Goober isn't as good as they come, and Rebecca, it's your girl Rebecca, isn't completely 100% telling the truth. These are all people that I adore. These are just two names I came up with that I thought, because things are so chaotic right now, that I think these two people are pretty much, you can trust that they don't have a motive. They're just telling things like they are. Rennie, you know, I would lay my freaking life down for Rennie. I adore these people. But please, if you haven't already subscribed to Crystal Earhart, who is just in here, and I'm sure she's still in here, and also Bless This Mess, I just think both of them provide a lot of loveliness. Hey Donna, you beautiful thing. I got your message, Angel. Well, I got one of them. Thank you so much for being so kind. If y'all didn't hear earlier, just real quickly, I'm going to end up having to have surgery on my foot. It's not only infected, but it's broken. So that means I'm not sure what for me yet, but probably at least 3 months non-weight bearing. I'll let you know when I see my orthopedic surgeon. But that's what the other video is about, the bad news video. So you don't have to watch it unless you want to. That's what it was. It was about my MRI results. So I'm still waiting. Yeah. Wait a minute. What did that say? I know. I know, P-Day. Shawn is on TT craziness and drama. He is hoping she makes it big and can share in the money. Chances are, if she did make it big, she would kick his butt to the curb. Amen. And I honestly think that Shawn's a decent human being, and he's not even in it for the money. He would take her just as she is. There is a little bit of, I don't know if you call it a golden rule. What's it say? If you can't make the love of your life, make an ugly woman, she'll love you for the rest of your life. So this is my belief, is that the love of his life at the time, Shawn's wife, left him. They had been together for, I think, 18 years, if not 18, pretty close. Yeah, Rebecca says she has 3,000 subscribers now. Honestly, I thought it'd be a lot more. I thought she would have been like close to 5,000. But, you know, that's good. Congratulations. But if you have a woman, so anyway, Shawn was married to this woman, had 3 children with her, and loved her from all accounts present, and she left him. And if you've known, tell me if you know any men in your life that this has happened to, either family members or friends or whatever. When a man loves a woman and is completely faithful to her, committed to her, and she leaves, and not only does she leave, but there might be some issues of infidelity, then usually the man, whoever he ends up marrying again, he usually tries to marry pretty quickly. because he wants to be with another woman. He will be faithful to her, whether she is the ugliest person on the face of the earth, whether she cheats on him, no matter what, he will be faithful to her because he doesn't want to go through that again. That's just my experience. Tell me if anybody else thinks that's true. So I think there's a little bit of that going on with Shawn, that his first wife, you know, he loved very dearly. They had 3 children together. They were together for 18 years. She ended up leaving him, and so he clung to basically the first thing he could for comfort. And that ended up to be Trisha Truly, and I don't think he wants to be divorced again. Financially, but emotionally, anything. What did that say? Oh, there's somebody named Marla's mom. That's cute. Oh, I'd love to know what she says. My mom would get a tickle out of that. Oh, I promise you, she'd probably like to trade places with you. My mom is tired of taking care of me. But no, she's amazing. My mother is the most amazing. Next to Mother Teresa, she's probably the most saintly woman that you've ever met in your life. Couldn't ask for a better human being. Couldn't ask for a better mother. When I was growing up, everybody wanted to have my mom as their mom. She's the best. So no troll account is ever going to make me feel bad about that. They stole a picture of your mom from the last stream, Marla. They didn't get a picture of my mom. No, my mom wasn't in my last stream. I talked about her, but she wasn't there. But that's cool. I'll have to go see. Hey, Shannon. It doesn't bother me, and it sure as hell doesn't bother her. She's not on YouTube or on the internet. Y'all, it doesn't bother me at all. So, yeah, I've got the best mom in the whole world. The best mom in the whole world. Even before all this happened, like I said, everybody wanted, you can ask all my high school girlfriends, everybody wanted their mom to be my mom. She was that kind of mom. The fun mom, the cool mom, the sweet mom, the beautiful mom, the mom that cooked for everybody. That's my mom. They can't refer to a medical diagnosis correctly, Paula says. Oh, yeah. We can talk about, I mean, my mom was a nurse for, you know, that was her career. So that's how she's able to take care of me so correctly, but... Oh, thank you, Stormy Moon. My foot's not doing okay, unfortunately. I'm going to have surgery on it, sounds like. Oh, they misspelled MRSA. That's funny. Oh. Yeah, y'all just ignore them. Doesn't bother me a bit. So let's talk about Shawn. Shawnee boy. So I watched his video. I didn't write the name of it down, but it was his latest video where he was, you know, total different appearance from when he was the time before, where he said he was going to the gym, was kind of broken down and didn't look so good. This time he was glowing. He couldn't keep the smile from his face. And he was on fire. He thought that he was calling the shots. Shawn acts in a very, very confident way where what he says is the truth, and his point of view is what makes most sense. And I can imagine growing up with him, you know, I don't know, he acts totally differently towards his wife, but when he comes on camera, he appears very cocky, very confident. And it's funny because well, we'll get to that later. So he starts off this video and he says, sorry folks, haters didn't get what they wanted to, that Trisha got what she wanted, and all these haters who were hoping to take down Trisha, I guess, didn't get what they wanted to. Okay, well, in regards to that, I think that I wouldn't consider myself a hater. I would consider myself a realist, and probably most of the people in here, Crystal, Uber Goober, Mom of Three Boys, Lady Rating, Crystal, Donna, all these people wouldn't consider themselves haters. They would consider themselves realists. And all of us pretty much did get exactly what we wanted. We got total worldwide justification for you being a complete dumbass. We also got total worldwide vindication that you are a liar, a make-believe person, that you are willing to try to feint, that you are willing to tell lies right on a public stage in front of Dr. Phil, that you're willing to do anything you can not to fess up for the lies that you've told. So I think, Shawn, we very much so did get what we wanted. All of us knew that she was going to have a huge surge in subscribership, which she did. Hey, Oz, I thought that it would have been a lot larger than it was, honestly. She had about 1,000 before she went on the Dr. Phil show, and it kept growing, and it got to about 2,000 when she posted at one point in time, and now I think she's about at 3,000. I thought she would have minimum gotten to a 5,000. And I did a little research very quickly before I came on about people who go on the Dr. Phil show, even when their show is not about your YouTube addiction. They get quite, their percentage of viewership, if they do own a YouTube channel or let's say a Facebook page, their percentage of growth is right in line with yours, Trisha. So it's not anything extraordinary. It's not like people in droves were going to her channel like the Catch Me Outside girl and getting her to 1 million subscribers. I mean, that's what I would have considered like, holy shit, yeah, boy, we sure did mark this wrong. So no, I would totally disagree that the haters, which would be us, didn't get what we wanted. And he said that those of us who are getting views off of her should get a Christmas card ready to send her. Marla, go to bed. Oh, there's the, let me see what the picture is. I can't see it. You know, you're exactly right. If I were to talk to my mom right now, she'd tell me the same thing. She'd be like, you're not well, go to bed. So, you're spot on, Marla's mom. So far, so good. So, yeah, okay, the subscribership and, oh yeah, us sending her postcards. I'm not sure, I would think, okay, let me ask you this. So there's lots of people who maybe have videos about the jigger. I've refused to ever put her name in one because I never want to be accused of you using her, but I have no problem with other people doing it because I think they should use her and abuse her to the best of their ability. But you would think of all people that her husband, who was on the stage with her, would be the person that was getting the most viewership, right? I mean, wouldn't that just be common sense? That, you know, if there were people that were to owe their YouTube views to the jigger, that it would be her husband. Like I said, he was on there with her. He has the same last name. He will come up very quickly when you search her name. And from what I can tell, he didn't get a drastic surge. He said he doubled his account, his subscribership. She told all those new people a couple days ago to send her postcards and announce her physical address. Yep. Yep. So, I don't think that's true. Now, if there's somebody out there that got a huge boost in their viewership or subscribership, let me know. And, you know, she's made her address very, very vocal, so maybe you do want to send her a Christmas card. I'm not one of them. I didn't get a huge subscribership, nor am I going to send her a Christmas card. The next thing our dear Tomahawk said was, our dear Tomahawk, now you got me saying Tomahawk. Our dear Tomahawk, and I'm going to quote him, he said, quote, "When you have to continue to talk about things over and over and over again and live stream over and over and over again about the same stuff, you know that they are not even convincing themselves." So once again, Mr. Shawn says when somebody has to live stream or talk about the same thing over and over again, that they are not even convincing themselves. Does that remind you of anybody? Can you think of anybody who live streams over and over again about the same thing? This isn't the first time that I've thought, boy, if you would just show your videos to your wife, and if your wife would just take your advice, none of us would have to make videos encouraging her to improve herself. She would just have to watch you, Shawn. What did you mean, Marla? It's a happy day, says Laura. Yeah, no, there's two Donnas. Donna Marie is the one I was talking about. She called and left me a message. This is different Donna. She doesn't care about him to watch his own videos, says Paparette. Unless they are in defense of her, which, you know, this one, yeah, the song has to go. God, oh my. There's Donna Marie. That's the other one we were talking about. Thank you for calling me, Donna, and checking up on me, you sweet thing. Donna and I have been friends for a long time. Definitely lost some respect for the hawk here. Okay, then he goes on to say, yeah, so they're not even convincing themselves. So I guess by, you know, if you just look at his rules of live streaming, is that you talk about the same thing over and over and over again, then you're trying to convince yourself and you're not doing a very good job. So 100% check towards your wife, which I think is true. She's told the same stories over and over. She tells the same little chatty Cathy bits about suicide rate, about statistics about mental illness, blah, 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 blah. Who is it that you're trying to convince, honey? Because obviously you haven't even convinced yourself. Then he said that he was talking about Takedown Man. And he said that he was so wrong and so full of lies that he had to even take down his own stream. Can y'all think of anybody else that had to take down their own stream? Can you think? Can you think? Anybody else that had to take down their own stream? Well, I know for a fact that the Jigger had to take down her own stream recently because the producers told her it was inappropriate. And then before that, any newcomers that don't know this, but people that are in my stream right now, most of them do know that Trisha has had, since I've been around, which has been about February, she has had 3, maybe 4 YouTube channels, and she was forced to take down several, if not all of them. So, according to Shawn, if you have to take down your own videos, that really shows a lack of character. So we have repeating our streams over and over again, having to take down a stream. Okay, next thing he said is, yeah, streaming, talking about the same shit over and over. he began to talk about troll accounts and people creating accounts off of your own YouTube, you know. So if it was Crystal, that I would create a sub account using her picture and using her name and pretending to be her. And that there were just gobs and gobs and gobs of people doing that under Trisha's name. Okay, that might be true. I know that there's been people that have done that to me. It's been very rare, and I think that that account is gone. But I do know that that has happened in the past for several people. I'm not so sure that is a huge deal with our precious Trisha. I don't see a lot of XO Trisha accounts going around. There might be one or two, but I don't think they're in the droves like he claims. I could be wrong. Let me know if you've seen droves and droves of false Trisha accounts out there. The reason why he is saying this is the reason why, and I'm reading all your comments, honey. Crystal, Laura the chick, Donna. Oh, the wind is blowing out there. Pretty much anything in social media can be explained away using one of the following excuses. It was photoshopped. It was edited. My account was hacked. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, or there was a clone account. So anything can be explained away. I could show my titties to you right now, and tomorrow I could say my account was hacked, it was photoshopped, it was edited, or that was a clone account. Pretty much everything can be explained away using those 4 excuses. Sorry, y'all. I clicked the wrong button, I think. But boy, do they not use those excuses. Both of them. Poor Shawn, bless his heart. He really believes in his heart that Trisha did not say those things about his physical anatomy to another man. She did not proposition him in a sexual way, and that she did not send naked pictures to another man. Okay. Because, pick one of the, all of the above have been used in response to that. Account was hacked, it was photoshopped, it was edited, or it was a clone account. Yes, complicit to all her lies. I have no sympathy for him. Me neither. Not only has he been mean to me, but I don't have sympathy for him in general. We'll get to that in a minute. So he believes, why not? He believes all this other shit. Why not believe that? But, okay, let's just pretend that his, Trisha's excuse was his ex-wife got his phone, this is what she said over and over and over again, because she knew there were naked pictures out there that Takedown Man had in his possession. Now, she since rescinded all of that, but for I don't know how many days ahead of time, she completely understood that Takedown Man most definitely had naked pictures of her. So the way she, with her, expertise, conspiracy thinking, said that his ex-wife stole Shawn's phone, took naked pictures off of there, sent them to me. I in turn sent them to Takedown Man. Takedown Man in turn was going to share them on Drama Live, but instead, right before he was ready to reveal the evidence, Trisha pulled her shirt down, shoved her fake tits into Shawn's face, and they went and had to fuck, twice for approximately a minute and a half each time, and the whole story went away. Was that a pretty good breakdown for everybody? Am I lying, exaggerating, taking away? Was that not exactly what happened? And then the story changed to there were never pictures. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. My phone died. Remember me saying I need to go get my charger? My phone's about to die. Well, I forgot about that. So, I was talking about the lies of Shawn. Excuse me, the advice Shawn likes to give us. Sorry, Tori. Sorry, Donna. So, Shawn was talking about in this one video that, I'm not sure who it was talking about his member and how crass that was. Sorry, Donna. Go back and watch. He says, so-and-so brought up my member, and, yeah, that's just really inappropriate. He actually used the word crass. How many of y'all remember our dear friend Trisha going into depth about his member? How small it was, how it had peed on her shirt that she was going to interview for a job, how it had never satisfied her, how it had been used against her unwillingly to just get the job done and over with, how that member was not at all what she wanted. In fact, she would have rather been with somebody that didn't have a member, aka a female. What else about Shawn's member? Oh, that he didn't wash his hands after he peed and touched his member. That his member wore dirty, dirty drawers that also had shit stains in them. What else about Shawn's member can we think of? So we've got small, doesn't satisfy, never reached an orgasm with his member, pissed on her clothes before an interview, when he used the bathroom, he touched and didn't wash his hands, had shit stains in his pants. Now, these are all things that were live, that were told over live stream. Crystal, thank God. You can thank God that you weren't there, but this is what happened. She put this all on live stream. So would it be too far-fetched to really believe that our dear Jigger went and told another person that his wee-wee wasn't big enough to satisfy her and that she wanted something else? Would that be that big of a stretch? So, precious Tomahawk, if you don't believe that, or I should say, if you were to believe that Trisha's story is true, that your ex-wife took your phone, stole naked pictures of her, and if those are the naked pictures I've seen, kind of grody, but that she were to take naked pictures of her that you took of Trisha off the phone, and then she sent them to me, and then for some reason I decided of all people to send them to Takedown Man. If you were to believe all of that is, that's true, but she didn't talk about your member, and she didn't say those sexual things to Takedown Man. You believe all of that. Okay. Okay. So it's not more reasonable to believe that she did say those things about your member, hey B, because she had said them on live stream where it's no denying who or what or when or why she said them, and that she also sent the pictures herself. Which one's more believable to you, Tomahawk? You know, being a rational military man that you are, which one is more reasonable? Because you're taking the route of none of it happened. Bless your heart. It sounds like somebody's in denial. It really does. It really sounds like somebody's in denial. Now, please tell me if I'm getting any of these facts wrong. But Shawn clearly says it was disgusting and crass to talk about somebody's member, particularly his member, in the YouTube world. Okay, moving on. He goes on to say, Tomahawk, say it with me. Tomahawk. Well, he goes on to talk about the wonderful time they had in Hollywood, I guess previous to the Dr. Phil show. I can't wait to talk to y'all. I'm almost done with my little soliloquy. So, bear with me. I took notes, damn it. I took notes. He said that they had a wonderful time on Mulholland Drive, going to Sarita Avenue and listening to Tom Petty and how great that day was that they spent. Has anybody heard about that from our good old girl, the Jigger? Did anybody hear about their trip on Mulholland Drive and the great time that she and Shawn had? The only thing that we saw from Hollywood, aside from the promo she did for the Dr. Phil show, was what? The only thing that we saw was a picture of her and Elton John, Good old Elton John. Boy, it was lucky that of all people, she was able to meet good old Elton John in Hollywood. At the Wax Museum. Exactly, Donna. Which, like I said before, awfully ironic since I had just mentioned the week previous that was the one superstar that I would like to meet. And in the whole of the Wax Museum, in the whole of her trip on Mulholland Drive and visiting Hollywood, she chose to post one picture, and that was of her and Elton John. Creepy, stalker, obsessed. You can choose to put those words where you want. Now, Shawn also said that Dr. Phil said that the truth lies somewhere in the middle between, I guess their experience and what One Win was saying, plus the 200 other people who had sent in videos, clips, talked to the producers. Well, it was way probably more than 200. So the truth lies in the middle. Now, Shawn says that. He says that in his video. Well, if the truth lies in the middle somewhere, we've got basically two people saying one story and about 1,002 people telling another story. So I'm not a mathematician, but if the truth lies in the middle, that would mean that it would lie a little bit closer to the 1,002 story. Am I right? So just going by the notes here that I made when I watched his video. So according to him and according to Dr. Phil, if the truth lies a little bit in the middle, then it wasn't like a 50-50 case going on. It was 1,002 to 2. Am I right? Oh, I'm sure she's live. Okay. Then he went on, this is kind of, I don't know, I hope it's not mean. I don't want to be mean, but he went on to say that if, Dale, Takedown Man, was not able to go onto the show. And he was right. He was completely right, and Takedown Man said it himself. At least he said it to me. I think he said it to everybody else. That they did not want him on that show. They didn't think that he looked nice enough. They really did. They honestly said that he looked too mean to be on the show. Tomahawk said that if he were to be, whew, he was glad, he better be glad he wasn't on the show, because if he were, that Takedown Man Shawn was going to be in the Slammer somewhere in LA, and that LA County, and that Takedown Man was going to be being stitched up somewhere in a local hospital. Really? Really, Shawn? I mean, I hate to be whatever the word is, but last time that you were in jail, you got the shit beat out of you. You got beaten so badly. I mean, I don't know what, I just know that it was bad. It was very, very bad. It wasn't like a fair beating where you stood your ground and then, I don't know why you got beat up. I can guess, because people who come in acting like they... I'm so sorry. I don't know why my phone keeps cutting out. But what I was saying is that the last time that Shawn, didn't go well for him. He was very, very physically abused, beat up. So I can't imagine. Nikki Rev kept asking for her ranch, LOL, the other stream. Okay, Mom of Three Boys, remind me of that in just a second. We're going to talk about that. So, I know that you were, I guess, a captain in the military, which is a very honorable, wonderful thing. But that doesn't mean that you know how to street fight. And as far as I know, Takedown Man was in the military also. I just thought it was funny that he thought he was so confident that he was going to kick the living shit out of Takedown Man. If he were there, he'd be getting stitches and Shawn would be in jail. Well, if anything happened like the last time, then Shawn, you'd be getting your ass beat. I mean, that's a fact. Come and tell me if I'm lying. Please, come and tell me if I'm lying. Shawn, last time you were in jail, you got the shit beat out of you. So don't act like you're some bad boy. Just like Trisha acted like she was some badass towards Wendy. When she didn't do anything but come up in her face with her fist down by her side going, "You don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet." It was like a little kid. No, Jamie, honey, that's not what I said at all. I just got your text. I had nothing, that was nothing at all. At the beginning of the stream, I said there's two people that I think are amazing. And it doesn't mean that there's not tons of people, because there are, but I've just given a shout out to Crystal and Bless the Smiths, who I think are amazing. So that's not what I said at all, Jamie. Okay. Then they go on to talk about, he goes on to talk about her wrenchies and how much support she has out there. And as of like yesterday or today, I could be wrong, but it seems like pretty much all her wrenches have left her. I know I was in a stream with Crystal, because I don't watch a whole lot. I watch here and there and try to catch up in between, but I don't go to a lot of live chats. But that one I did go to live, and none other than Miss De La Rue was in there. And I think she's going to go live, or did go live, with Crystal or Bless, talking about why she left Trisha. So, that's totally ridiculous. If you're standing by her because if you're giving her worth because her wrenches have stood by, none of her wrenches have stood by her. I mean, all the ones that really did a lot for her, like Miss Ruth, if anybody remembers her, that sent her the gift card that apparently got Becca her job at Subway, she's gone. Going back to MS Becca, MS Fighter Becca, tons and tons of people. Ash. I mean, there's tons of people her wrenches that have not stood by her. I was a wrench. Oh, were you, Helen? I didn't even know that. So, Shawn, if you're saying that, you know, her wrenches are just really standing by her, honey, I'm not sure who you're watching, but I think she might have one, maybe two that are standing by her as of now. And I had written down something about a PayPal account. And then there's a lot more supporters out there. I'm not sure. I do know that she has said, she's made fun of me for having a GoFundMe, which mine was completely legitimate. She's called my doctor trying to defame me and say that it wasn't. I mean, absolutely absurd. But she's prided herself on not having these fundraisers, but when indeed she's had at least 3. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. She has had a GoFundMe. She has had 2 fundraisers. One was for Catch a Bully, and one was for Red Bras for Veterans when she was trying to, I don't know what the hell she was trying to do. But none of it raised a single penny. So since she didn't raise any money, she likes to say she didn't have them, when indeed she did. And as of today, she has a Patreon and a PayPal. So, I mean, the hypocrisy is just insane. But now she hates GoFundMe. That's just because she didn't raise any money on it. Yes, ma'am, Miss Marla, I was one of her wrenchies. Did you, Helen? So what made you change your mind? Hey, Nags. I'm going to have a stroke, then blame it on a YouTuber I don't know. Today she said, oh, I missed that. Today she said she won't support anyone with a GoFundMe. Okay, well, that's because you put one out there and none of your, if you have any friends, they didn't support you and your family said, go take a hike. Oh, but you took it down. Well, it's still up, sweetheart. Otherwise, how would I be able to see it several years later? You didn't take it down. You might have decided to abandon it because you didn't raise a dime. But honey, you're not cared about. And like I've said many times, even a felon like me could raise beyond my goal. So there must be something seriously wrong with you if people gave me money and not you. Hey, Marie, you sweet thing. She says, oh my God, Nags, I'm dead. You're on a roll, swing. What are you taking today? If FedEx said shit to me, I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything. I'm just tired of all this BS. I wrote some notes down. I actually wrote a whole bunch of notes down the other day because I was trying to get under the deadline of talking about the jigger, you know. So I wrote down all the lies that she told and just to be able to tell it like in a succinct manner. So I wrote down a few of those. I might just, you know, just for the hell of it, go through them very quickly, not into the length of which I mean, that was just his last video. Oh, but what made me laugh is Tomahawk Shawn. You know, he loves you, Nags. You're doing A-okay compared to Takedown Man. Before he couldn't stand you, you know, but I guess he'll pick you in a fight over Takedown Man. But, you know, he said all kinds of shit about me. He said that somebody called me a Southern Belle or the epitome of a Southern Belle, and he was like, what? Call somebody like her a Southern Belle? You've got to be kidding me. Nobody with a record would be allowed to be called a Southern Belle. And then he said, yeah, now this was when I think had my 3rd live stream, so I was just starting. And he said, yeah, she really needs to learn what she's doing. She's not there yet. She has a lot to learn. Okay, that was like 3 months ago. I already have more subscribers than he does. I wrote it down. He said he doubled his subscriber rate, and as of current, he's 625. 624. And that was, he said, double what he had before after he went on the show. Well, you know, I'm not all about begging for subscribers or my worth being about subscribers, but sweetie, I have over 800 and I just started. So if I don't know what I'm doing, then maybe you should take lessons from me, Shawn, because that was a really rude thing to say. He also said that he knew that Trisha did not have any kind of case against me when it came to cyber stalking or anything with her daughter, but they wanted to take it to court to, quote, hit me in the pocketbook. So the only reason they took me to court, even though they knew they were going to lose, was to try to financially impact me. Isn't that a wonderful captain in the military? Isn't that somebody you want representing our country? Somebody who says and does things like that? I don't doubt that you were a great soldier, Shawn, but you are sure as hell of a terrible citizen. So let's go through just real quickly some of the notes I wrote down just for the hell of it. As I was watching the Jigger stream right before I came on, she was on I don't know what she was on, trying to teach all of us about American history. Oh, she said it was an accident. She said she used the word accident, her fight with her family. The fact that she filmed it was an accident. Just like her shower incident where she filmed herself nude in the shower was an accident. Well, right beneath that, you can place the her filming her family in an argument where both of them said, please, please stop live streaming this. You're addicted to the internet. You're addicted to YouTube. I just want to be a normal child. All of that was an accident. Now, I have numbers down where she said all this, so if you think I'm making this up or you need cross-references, I'll be glad to tell any of this. I accidentally feel a fight with my phone in my hand. Exactly, Negs. She literally said that it was an accident, okay? I wrote, see, what happens is we'll watch some of this and I'll just be like, holy mother of God, dear Jesus in heaven, what just happened? And then, you know, come on home during a live stream and all I know is the woman's batshit crazy, but I won't actually have specifics unless it really stands out. So I decided to write some stuff down. Yeah, it was an accident. You know, her computer or her phone accidentally started filming all this and just wouldn't cut off. Even when the police came, it just wouldn't cut off. Even when she said, no, I'm going to keep streaming this, it just wouldn't cut off. Accident. Then she called Dr. Phil a crispy cracker because he told her to sit down, and he was wrong. He was wrong to call her not the Rosa Parks of the internet, because she most certainly is. She knows all about oppression. She knows all about racial injustice. She knows all about hangings and enslavement and being raped and being tortured. She knows all about that. So she most certainly is the Rosa Parks of YouTube. Not to mention that she got her story about Rosa Parks completely wrong. Rosa Parks was not told to sit down, just like she keeps saying that she's been told to sit down and she's not going to. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat once the bus got full to a white man. She refused to move to the back of the bus with her black counterparts when the bus became full. So she doesn't even have that. How can she align herself with that? She is not standing up for anything. I don't think there's a single human on the face of the planet that suffers from mental illness that will see her as their point guard, that they're representing her, that representing them, that I suffer from mental illness, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, whatever it might be, and I see Trisha and I say, yes, finally, somebody who's going to stand up for me and represent me. I have yet to see one person who suffers from any of the mental illnesses or physical illnesses that she claims she has say, yes, she is my representative. Whereas Rosa Parks, it was a very organized event where they chose her. If you go back and review history, they chose her. It was not an accident. It was not a spur-of-the-moment decision. She was chosen to be their point guard to, whatever you want to say, start off a revolution, whatever you want to say. That's not even important at this point. Even though it's something I'm very passionate about, it disgusts me every time she says something like that, because she doesn't even have her facts straight. And to call Dr. Phil a crispy cracker, Crispy Cracker knows a hell of a lot more about American history than you do. You're the Crispy Cracker, darling. Yeah. And then she goes on to say, it was only within the past 60 years. It was only in the past 60 years what? It was only the past 60 years of what? I just think she has her time frame totally wrong. She was talking about the Confederacy and when that took place, and people bearing the Confederate flag. Well, the Confederate flag means a lot of different things to different people. Yes, it is used as a sign of ignorance and racism, but more often than not, it is a sign of history. And the people that were fighting the war between the North and the South were blacks and whites next together, and they were the poor blacks and whites who worked in the fields along with the slaves, and they were the ones who were to go out and were forced to fight for the rich. It was more an effort against poor and wealthy. If you know anything about American history, you know what that is. So the Confederacy is a representation of those poor people who gave their blood, who sacrificed their families, who sacrificed everything for the wealthy. That is why a lot of people fly the American flag, the Confederate flag, and want to acknowledge the Confederate flag, are for the blacks and whites, the poor blacks and whites who went to war and gave their lives for the wealthy. So we can go into a whole other history lesson about that, but she went on and on. This was just literally 5 minutes before I came on here. So she was just talking about that. You can go back and listen to that. There's a million points I could choose from. I just chose to write down these few things. Oh, yeah, she said the fact that I'm willing to martyr myself. She said the fact that y'all, I'm not kidding. Go back and listen to the stream. She just had it. She's on now. Go listen to about 30 minutes ago. She was just saying these things. She says the fact that I was willing to martyr myself for brain shame or whatever it might be. You dumb bitch. Do you know what a martyr is? Do you know the definition of a martyr? I'm not going to even explain it to you. Let's just say you're a dumb bitch. Then she goes on to talk about gay rights and HIV and why she voted for Trump, and holy shit. She was saying that HIV began to spread, no, I'm sorry. She said that HIV was created by the Republican government to punish and try to admonish gay men. And she went on to say that President Reagan hated gay men, so he wanted to make a mockery of them. I'm not sure if she was saying that he created it. She kind of insinuated that. However, the HIV virus was around since the 1920s in the Congo of Africa and spread over gradually to the United States. But she said she's not a conspiracist. She doesn't believe in conspiracy theories, yet she believes that the government created it to punish gay men. And I'm not sure, you'll have to go back and listen, if she actually said that Reagan created it or if he just hated gay men and wouldn't put a stop to it. Real intelligent there, huh? Then she went on to say that Win got money, received money to appear on the Dr. Phil show, that she was paid, and she didn't say by whom, but she insinuated that she was paid by both us as the general population that wanted her to go on and by the Dr. Phil show. So once again, she's not a conspiracy theorist, but there's a huge mass of people that paid Wendy/Win to go on against her. Wendy did not receive $1 to go on there against you. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she would have paid $1,000 to go on there against you. She got the same treatment you did, where she got a ride to she happened to live in, close by, so she didn't have to fly. She got a ride to the filming studios, and she got a stay in the same hotel or a similar hotel as you did, and whatever per diem I guess you did a day to eat. That is all. She did not get paid $1 to go on there. Oh, but she did get swag? Good. I hope she got more swag than Trisha did. She got Dr. Phil swag. Okay, the last thing I wrote down before I had to get off, before I vomited, was her saying that, she said many times that she has voted for Trump, and I don't know where you stand on this. I'm not going to get into politics, but she said she very much so regrets that he has done nothing for the military like she wanted him to. He's followed none of the promises she wants him to. And even though she is a master representative of civil rights and human rights and the downtrodden, LBGT rights, and any of our marginalized population, she, and I quote, says, "Forget the wall, make it an electric fence." There we have it. The master of contradictions. Like, what in fuck's sake is she talking about? So I have a whole nother list I wrote down from Shoot the Shit of lies that she told on people. Flat out lies that I'll be glad to read off at some point in time. But my real point tonight was to come and talk to you all, to talk about that one video with Shawn and the lies that he told in there, or just the misconceptions and perceptions that he has of us, the world, whatever. It was ridiculous. So what do y'all think of all that? I'm a gay man in Arkansas, and I've always thought that. What did you always think? I'm gonna have to go back and look. Hey, Trailer Park Barbie. Hey, Simple Eyes. It's sad she resorts to lies because the truth just doesn't fit her narrative. What a very, very beautiful thing to say. Get in touch with the leaders of the black community. Let them know of the white reincarnation of Rosa Parks. Exactly. I mean, does she, and I wouldn't begin to understand what black people have gone through in this country and still do go through. I would never, ever compare myself, no matter what I've been through, to the racial injustice that black people have gone through in this country. Enslavement of an entire race of people? Are you kidding me? And she's comparing her plight with mental health to the same thing as being enslaved? She's disgusting. Tori, what did you say, honey? You said I'm not paranoid, but please understand. I want to take this thing out of the wall, but it's charging. Oh, it's just, she will never, nobody who is white will ever understand that. I think the close as you can become to it is maybe being homosexual, but still that's not really even close. But the amount of hate and marginalization that a group of people have received, there's no doubt in this world that African Americans have received it. It's the same here in Australia, Rennie. Hey, Courtney, I'm okay, sweetheart. I just found out I'm going to have pretty major surgery on my foot, that it's broken and infected, so that's not good news, but yeah, she has gotten pretty cocky. I don't know if it's more so since the show, but Captain, AIDS came from a type of monkey in Africa. That's what I read. I was trying to do a little research before I came on just to make sure I wasn't sounding stupid. And that's what I read, that it was. Now, that's what I read, Captain. Stephanie, will you please? She said she'll take a vacay and come and take care of me. I mean, I have my mom that will come and stay and take care of me, and you know, I mean, my friends will come here and there, but you tend to get, people want you to be better, is what I've found, and so there's only so much that your friends can do, and I don't want to put any more stress on my mom. She's already had to do it before with this other wound that I had, and I also just want a little bit of freedom, you know. I just had my left leg amputated in January from MRSA. Bless your heart, Juice's joint. How are you getting along, honey? Oh, Courtney, please come take care of me. Okay, Tori says, Simply Eyes, please don't be rude to me. I'm a nice person, and I'm neutral here. I love everyone. Hey, Becca, she needs to go on Steve Wilkos and take a Polly. Oh, that's a great idea. Is he still on? Randy's Life is Live. Well, that's cool. Oh, she probably is, Donna. I feel like my eyes are about to close. Oh, so that's your excuse, Rennie? Because you live in another country, you can't take care of me? I'm just kidding, honey. I wish you could, Rennie. Oh, yeah. That would be great for her to have a lie detector. You know what? Because, you know, and I don't really know. I'm hugging this wall here because my charger's plugged into it. But I don't know. Where do y'all fall on whether she knows that she's doing wrong, or, hey, bye, Darcy, sorry. Or is she really devious? Like, does she honestly realize that she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or do you think that she's really just cuckoo? I think she knows 100% what she's doing. And I don't think that her childhood was as bad as she claims it is. I think that she just is one of those rare people who is what I call a bad seed, where she just has given everybody a hard time since she's been born. And there's some people that are just like that, you know? Sorry, I had to take my hair down. It was bothering me. It's hurting. Well, she is a pathological liar, and I tell you what, I don't know, Rebecca sent me that one clip, but I had seen it. Dr. Phil was on, I think it was he was on Stephen Colbert right after the show that she did, and he was talking about Trump, but he was using like code words. He was saying if there's a bully and they're telling lies and they seem to believe these lies, what can we do to help them? And Dr. Phil said flat out, you cannot help, or I should put it this way, therapy will not help a pathological liar and a psychopath or sociopath, because what they'll do is they will go and learn from the therapist or whoever it is the correct way to behave, or what the ideal behaviors are, and then they'll pretend to be that way and use it against people when in fact they haven't changed at all. So go watch that. If y'all haven't seen it, you can look it up. It is Dr. Phil's interview with Stephen Colbert. And it's right after, it was like maybe Friday night. I think it must have been Friday night. It was so interesting. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. That's why he didn't suggest therapy for Trisha. He suggested a life coach. Isn't that interesting? Hannibal Lecter shit is right, Captain. Trisha's live, and Shawn said Dr. Phil looked bombed when he met him. That Dr. Phil looked bombed? Oh, God. They probably would say that. Trisha's always saying somebody's drunk or high. There's so many lies that I've written down that Trisha has told. It's just unbelievable. Mentally ill, prove it. Yeah, that's what he said, and she couldn't. Michelle, are you a doctor? Usually all people who are insane have high IQs. I won't prove it, just Google it. I am correct. Really, Captain? What's everyone having for dinner? I had a bowl of popcorn. But I went to that little antique shop, and they had like some, crudité. So I had some of that. Michelle, if she was mentally ill, Dr. Phil would have picked it. I thought he was so unbelievably kind to her. Like, he was so nice to her. Especially at the end where he sat down and he was like, you are a likable person. I can see why people want to watch you. I told one of my girlfriends that, who watched the first episode, and I was going to send her the second episode, and she was like, oh no, I've got it taped. She was like, are you kidding me? Why did he say that? And I said, because he was trying to make something good come of this terrible situation. And even though she acted like she was blindsided and, thrown to the curb and made a fool of herself, he still wanted to make it a positive thing and wanted something good to come out of it. He knew giving any more hate to the situation wasn't going to change her. It wasn't going to make her stop. So he tried to appeal to her, and in a kind way. And even kindness. That's what I mean. People keep saying ignore her. Nothing works on her. Ignoring her, attacking her, presenting her with fact, loving her, none of it works. None of it works. Yeah, Donna Marie says, Lady Rain, I don't drink it. Oh, she called me both. She sure did. I know, Kimmy Cat. Likeable, not hardly. I mean, Dr. Phil was being so kind to her. Homemade pizza, yum. I haven't had Fritos. Oh, tonight is Friday night, isn't it? Gosh, I've lost all track of time, y'all. Oh, thank you. I can't read your name. Sorisha man. Oh, your hubby's not well, Donna? Y'all, I tried to wear my boot after what y'all said to me. A couple of y'all said to me. That one boot that I had from when I had a wound on the bottom of my foot. It's called a clamshell boot. No, Randy. Well, I watched a little bit of it. I'll have to watch the rest of it, Randy. Oh, Crystal is. I wish I could have gotten her on here. I don't know. Can you add people when you're on your phone? Can you add people to go live? Well, I love you guys, and I wanted to say those things that I had written down, but I know there's a whole bunch of other mess going on. So I guess I do want to see what Crystal has to say. I love cheese too, Stephanie. I love you all. So I'm going to go listen to what Crystal has to say, and then maybe I'll come back on later. I'm going to try to get in bed early tonight, y'all. I feel so tired. I don't know if these are antibiotics or I just don't feel good, but thank you, Booker K. Thank you, Rennie. I'm going to listen to your video. I will, Laura. Love you guys so much. Thank you for putting up with all the interruptions. I'll charge my phone really well next time. Love y'all. I'll see you soon, okay?